What's going on, everyone? Back again with another video. In today's video, we're going to be talking about the Giants. Now, the San Francisco Giants had some pretty mid-seasons, to be honest. If we take a look at their last 5 years, obviously they had that crazy run in 2021. Fortunately, did not get past the Dodgers. I mean, 170 wins is just insane from that team. But the last 3 seasons, once again, they've been about the same area. Even though they've got different free agents and they've acquired more players and they seem to be better on paper, the results really haven't shown for it. Last year, they go 80 and 82, obviously bringing in some big free agents last year. Ultimately, just really didn't get the job done, and unfortunately, we're still pretty mid, obviously ending up 4th in the NL West, especially in that division. The division's really good, right? I mean, that's a really good division, with the Dodgers, Padres, and Arizona looking extremely good. I mean, it's kind of hard for them to really perform. I feel like in these divisions now, it's usually 3 teams, if ever, are going to get to a playoff. The 4th one is really not going to happen unless all the teams play extremely well against everyone else. So I feel like the Giants' playoff hopes are still pretty slim, in my opinion, even though they have made some really good moves in 2025, which we're going to talk about in a little bit. Let's go over some of their top prospects that they have in the organization. They have about 2 guys in the top 10 that they're actually going to be called up into 2025. So coming in number 3 in the organization is Carson Whisenhunt. He is currently in AAA, and he really didn't perform in 2024 in that AAA level. He spent 104 innings over there, which is obviously a lot of time. Had a 5.42 ERA, which is really not the best. Did play a little bit in single A. Obviously 0 ERA in 5 innings is really good. Compared to his 2023 campaign, obviously 2.45 ERA, but that was a mix. He was at single A, high A, and then double A for a little bit, so that was kind of all over. Obviously, AAA is the hardest challenge he's faced so far, and it hasn't really looked good for him. So yeah, it's going to be really interesting to see if he's going to get the call up in 2025. Unless he has a really good spring training, you imagine he would start there and get called up later throughout the season. Plus, spring training could change everything for these players, so we'll kind of just wait and see. All right, so coming in at number 9 is Reggie Crawford. Now, I don't know what's going on with this website. They have him as a left-handed pitcher in AAA, but he has hitting stats, so I don't really know what's going on here, but he's supposed to be called up in 2025. I don't really know what's good with these stats, to be honest. It says he's a pitcher, showing me hitting stats. I don't really know what's going on. So yeah, we're just kind of gonna move on from that. I don't know if it's a website glitch, but he's supposed to be called up in 2025. Not really sure what his stats are. It's currently not showing it. But let's kind of scroll through everything as we see here. We had a lot of 26 guys and 27s on here like normal. If we kind of scroll down, we have number 11 as ETA 2025. Once again, we're gonna keep scrolling down here. We have 23 supposed to be called up next year, and that's about it. A lot of the players that called up next year on this team are 2026. We're kind of seeing that throughout the league a lot. There aren't really that many talented rookies. It seems like they're gonna get called up this year compared to next year, but 2026 does seem like there are a lot of these players are going to get called up. Now, talking about those great free agent acquisitions, let's go over to their contract situation. Now, Baseball Reference once again does not have a lot of these updated, so we're going to be using Sport Tac once again. Obviously, they signed that massive contract with Willy Adames, 7-year deal, $182 million deal, full no trade clause on him. So that is going to be starting next year. Obviously, I'm really excited to see how he does with the Giants. I really liked him on the Brewers, and now he's even better. I mean, they said he loved his attitude, so really excited to see him play over here in San Francisco. They still have Matt Chapman, still have Robbie Ray, Gun-Hoo Lee. Hopefully he can be healthy and play his first actual season with the team. Still have Logan Webb. Once again, we'll get to that with Baseball Reference. The Justin Verlander, signing is here, 1 year, $15 million. So we'll see how JV does this year. I'm kind of hoping he does a lot better than he did last year. It's a really down year for him. And then they kind of scroll down with all the guys that are pretty much on the team already. So let's go back to Baseball Reference over here. This is some of the other contracts we have with the Matt Chapman contract, the Robbie Ray contract, Gun-Hoo Lee, Logan Webb, Jordan Hicks, as well as Taylor Rogers, Wilmer Flores, and Mike Yastrzemski. Tom Murphy's also on here, and then we got some guys in arbitration, and then pretty much everyone else is in arbitration on this team. So Baseball Reference is still missing some of those new players they acquired, but on paper, they are spending a decent amount of money, especially when you factor in Adames is going to be making 26, Verlander is going to be making 15. That's another 30, almost $40 million added to this payroll. So right now, it's $120 million. You add 40, probably 160 right now. They think it's going to get up to $144.9 million. Probably around like 180, 170 if I had to guess, with the other contracts in there. We get those estimations correctly. Obviously, it could be more, could be less, but still really high payroll. Now, let's look at their current roster. Obviously, we're going to break this team down. I think this Giants team is really good, but they always just seem to underperform for some reason. Let's take a look at their starting pitching. Obviously, I feel like the starting pitching is really good. I mean, Logan Webb was insane last year. Robbie Ray has his ups and downs. Not really confident in him. Justin Verlander going to be here. Jordan Hicks, once again, pretty good pitcher. And they have a lot of options to choose for their 5th right here, as you guys can see. If they don't be in the rotation, they'll probably get moved down to the bullpen. That's pretty much how it goes. Let's take a look at that bullpen now. It does have Ryan Walker as the closer. Now, I thought Duvall was the closer for a while, unless they just changed this, or I just haven't watched it on Giants games maybe. Not really sure about that, but he had a pretty good performance in 23, I think, or 22 in the save department. We still got the Roger brothers here, which is very exciting. Really good players, honestly. So just a lot to be excited about, especially with those players moving down to the bullpen from the rotation, which will be really good. Now, moving over to the starting starting 9 right here. There's a ton of different players in different positions that we got to talk about. The catching position is definitely interesting. Obviously, Sam Huff has been in the minors for a while. He was on the Rangers team. Now he's over here in San Francisco. I imagine Patrick Bailey would start. I'm pretty sure he started for them last year with this team, so I feel like he would probably be the start. Haven't really heard much about Tom Murphy, to be all the way honest. I think Patrick Bailey's the one that start. You guys can correct me in the comment section down below. I think you could put Wade or Flores at first base. Honestly, I don't think it's that big of a deal. Going to second base, Tyler Fitz should definitely start that position. Obviously, the left side of the infield will be really easy with Matt Chapman playing third base and then Willie Adames playing short. That is like the basic thing that's confirmed about this left side of the infield, is it's really good. The right side definitely got some work on that side. Let's go into the outfield though. Once again, a lot of options they could choose for out here. Obviously, there's a couple things we know. Gun-Hoo Lee should play center field if he stays healthy. That's the big thing. If he stays healthy, I'm not really sure how that's going to go, right? Mike Yastrzemski will obviously play right field, and then left field's up to Ramos, and then the DH is kind of just the 10th or 9th man, right? That isn't in the lineup. Definitely a lot of options you could go with this Giants team, and definitely have some really good flexibility, I feel like. Now, moving over on to attendance for the Giants, they've always had a pretty good attendance. In 2024, they brought about 2.6 million people to the stadium, which is about a 32,000 average, which is insanely good, right? They're around some of the other teams around them, right? The Angels, the Mariners, Rockies, they're around the Rangers, Red Sox, and Blue Jays on the high side. They currently have the 12th attendance out of 30 teams in the MLB, which is obviously good for them. They've always been a pretty high drawing team with obviously the history they've had, and even some of the players they used to have, right? I mean, they're still trying to build that back up. Not bad for the Giants. Now let's talk over the MLB draft, because the Giants definitely struggle in this position with signing some of these players. First off, with the lottery, they went down 4 positions. They're now picking at 13th in the first round. Obviously not ideal for them, but they're gonna have to make it up somehow. So their first round pick is gonna be at number 13, and as we kind of scroll down, you're gonna see they don't have a lot of picks. No prospect promotion, no compensation picks, no competitive balance A pick. They don't have a second round pick. As we see right here, with the Astros, D-backs, Giants, Yankees, and Mets forfeit their second round selections as a result of signing free agents who had qualifying offers. They obviously signed Willie Adames. So no second round pick for the Giants. We move down to competitive balance B. They don't have a pick. No compensation picks here. In the third round, they have the 10th pick, which is nice. Once again, no compensation picks. In the fourth round, they have the 11th pick. Once again, no compensation picks here. We move down to the 5th round. They also forfeit that pick. As it says right here, the Giants and Astros have forfeited their 5th round selections in the result of a qualifying free agent. And then in the remaining 15 rounds, they have the 11th pick. So only have 18 picks in this draft. So definitely lost 2 for signing free agents, which is going to hurt them. 18 picks. Hopefully they can make up something with that. Obviously not the best position to be in when it comes to the draft, but it's something they got to work with over there. Now going over my prediction for this team, obviously Buster Posey and the boys are trying to cook up something here. I just don't think it's going to be another good season for the Giants. I just really think the teams in their division are better than them. The Dodgers are way better than them. Arizona's looked really good. The Padres is a question mark because they have a whole situation with the lawsuit and being unable to sign players. Maybe they'll be better than them. You know, that's another situation. We'll talk about that in another video. But yeah, the Giants could be better than the Padres. Don't know if there'll be a postseason team just because there's so many good teams in the NL. We've been saying this for at least a couple months at this point. The NL is just super stacked. I mean, I think we kind of saw this in the playoffs. I mean, you kind of compare the teams. I mean, it's just a different game, I think, in the NL. A lot more competitive teams in this league, so I think it's going to be hard for them to make the playoffs. I think for them, I think getting past 81 wins would be a huge accomplishment. I think that's definitely the goal for this team this year. Get past 81 wins, try to sneak into the postseason would definitely be the goal. Do I think they do that? Not really, but I kind of can see it happening. I can see them pushing into the playoffs, and I can also see them falling short again, just because it's happened for the last 3 seasons. I mean, 81 wins, 79 wins, and then 80 wins. I mean, they've been right around there. I think this is the year they maybe could push past that, but we'll kind of wait and see. But I think that's my prediction for the Giants, is you kind of got to get past 81 wins to even think about it, right? I think that's the goal, getting past 81 wins. I think they can do it if they play really well and everyone stays healthy, which is going to be a key. I think they could do that in this year. Postseason, not really sure at the moment. Well, what's your guys' thoughts about the San Francisco Giants? These are my thoughts about this team moving forward. I think they can be good, but we'll kind of wait and see how the season goes. I mean, it's going to be a very interesting one. But let me know your guys' thoughts about this team in the comment section below. And if you guys did enjoy this video, make sure you like, comment, subscribe. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out, everyone.